Another round? On me. You're right. I don't come here as often as I used to, for obvious reasons. But there's no denying the man still has the best wine in the city. You think so? Well, it comes with the territory, I guess. Domestic and carefree life adds another kind of weight on your shoulders.
Or your belly.
It's also significantly more difficult than being a Centurio. I didn't say that. It's a challenge, is all. But a welcome one. It is his kind of place, all right. And this is his kind of wine.
To Dominus Lucullus.
To Lucullus. What was that?
Something serious seems to be happening outside. We'd better take a look.
Let me grab my sword. Gauls are attacking Rome. But that's suicidal.
Domina, your mother may be in danger. We should check on her. As you wish.
I'll go get my blade. Are you... How can you... They're fighting in the streets. Get out of the streets! It's not fair.
Get anyone!
Scatter before us like headless chickens.
Is the consul dead? I've heard the consul is dead.
Which one?
I don't know.
You'll be fine!
Take what you can and cut down anyone in your way! Follow me! These buildings up here look wealthy. Take what you can and cut down anyone in your way!
I need support! Here, we'll get you more help after the fight. They will burn the entire city down. We should flee to Ostia. I heard they killed everyone in Ostia. It's too late.
You made it! I've brought the others.
We cut a sway through the barbarians. None shall stand in our way.
This Serwis is alive!
Domina! Everyone's dead. I couldn't save them. The barbarians were looking for you.
This looks less and less like an unfortunate coincidence.
It seems like these Gauls were deliberately targeting you.
I don't know. My knowledge of their language is limited. They were talking about their Patronus at one point, but I could not catch his name. At least 4, but it happened so fast. I was trying to get your mother to safety. She tried to hide in the study. I'm sorry. They were everywhere. We have failed you.
They will pay for this.
It sounds like there are people in the study.
No time to waste.
Domina!
Cowards! Face me! Not that I need any help, but...
Does this hurt? Good, that means you're fine.
The enemy is upon us! They are here to take your wives and enslave your children!
Howl like the dog you are!
At last, we're nearly done. Make way! Make way, I said! She lost a lot of blood. It does not look good. We need to keep her warm.
There was nothing more we could have done. We arrived as soon as we were able. Don't worry about it. By the grace of Wester, they were not even in Rome.
You should rest. That's the best thing you can do now.
The Senate is bound to call a meeting. They'll surely declare war. We already have most of the team back together, except for one. Deianira is in the dungeon awaiting her execution. After this attack, I believe we may have the leverage we need to get her out of there. You should go and sort things out before you head to the Senate. We can't be sure we'll get another chance.
They finally let you in. Heard you had been trying to see me. It's good to see you too. You look well. More mature. I guess I have been here longer than I thought. No. Silvius was only one I came for. But it got away from me. He said they were there by own choice. I knew he lied. I thought I was saving them, but they looked at me with exact same fear in their eyes. I hoped this guilt I carry every day would fade when I had vengeance. But still, when I think of her, I feel pressure around my heart. Her name was Iurca. She was 2 years younger than me. She loved horses more than anything else, and they seemed to love her back. She was my best friend. We braided each other's hair and hunted rabbits. We were always competing together against our brothers, and we always won. I have not followed threefold path of Asher. I have spread grief instead of happiness. I have blackened my soul with evil thought and evil deeds. If I stay here and face my execution, maybe I will be redeemed in the eyes of the wise Lord. I have accepted it. Don't you see? That's why I'm here. It seems you understand me better than I understand myself. It was my fault that she died. I wanted to go to the Greek city. I wanted wine and spices and beautiful dresses. She was scared, but I told her I would keep her safe. I was eager and naive, and they exploited it. They lured us with pretty promises and tried to force themselves on us. We fought back. I killed one of them. Then Silvius killed Iurca. Every part of it, Every single thing that led to her death was my fault. I know what you say is true, but what I feel is different. It doesn't matter what you say, and you didn't even know her. I would. Of course I would. Maybe one day, I will be able to. I guess that will not happen if I am executed though, huh? Fine. You are good at this, you know. Let's go.
As per today's augury...
Orcus, take your auguries, Cicero. The Gauls attacked us. Here, in Rome. Do we really need the gods' opinions to decide on today's relatio?
Webius Vitellius Lurco, you will respect the Senate and its procedures.
Then the Senate must respect the people of Rome.
The Senate is the people of Rome.
Our most esteemed senators and officials seem very much alive to my eyes. The same cannot be said for the men and women who were slain in Ostia. My own brother's villa was attacked. He and his wife almost died. Her mother was not as fortunate. Gallic barbarians just marched through the streets of Rome killing noblewomen. I'm certain if her sister were allowed to speak up, she would not remain silent. In her place, I'd be outraged. I am outraged. My business ventures have nothing to do with this. Control your grief. We all suffered losses.
I think it is you who should practice control, Vitellius Loco. I, for one, am sure she speaks with evidence.
Typical. This is no time for your self-centered antics. Everyone was targeted. Our citizens are in grave danger. Senators, Romans, we are the sons of wolves. We are proud as we should naturally be. But in our pride, we have grown docile and meek, allowing jackals to attack us without fear. They were laughing. With blood in their eyes, they've slaughtered our own wives and daughters. And what have we done since then? What are we doing now? Nothing. Nothing but endless debates and discussions. I say the time for philosophers is past. Now is the time for warriors. I say we strike now. We shall encircle them like the wolves we are. I say we attack. What say you?
I say cease your populist posturing, Vitellius Lurco. Senators, we are at the heart of our republic, discussing what's perhaps the most important relatio of this age. And you behave like hysterical
And you
children.
behave like a spoiled child who's trying to wear his father's sandals.
Do not test me, Vitellius Lurco. Speak out of turn again, and I shall see you dragged in chains right into the closest dungeon.
Watch and know your words, Cicero. You are speaking to a consul of Rome and the representative of its people.
You are as well. I hold the Imperium. I alone can determine the course of this discussion. Nothing happens without my consent. That is
And
why...
maybe that's why this needs to change.
What?
Citizens, friends, I apologize for my outburst, and I apologize to you, Cicero. I was out of turn indeed.
I'm not sure what you're playing.
It's my frustration talking, even though I am your co-consul and still new to this world of politics. You are a man of words, Kikero. I believe this crisis we're in requires a man of action. For this reason, I propose, with great humility, that this Senate should consider electing me as dictator until this situation ends. I understand your concern. Honestly, I wish I was omnipotent. Then I could bring all of our dead friends back from the depths of Dis. But now, we should focus on preventing more deaths.
And we achieve this by attacking Gallia?
It is difficult for a non-military mind to understand this. War causes death, true. But in this case, it will be to prevent even more death.
Obviously, we need to act fast. If every decision is to be discussed and approved in the Senate, there is no way we can win this war against the Gauls. They do not have a Senate. We need a commander who's passionate and skillful enough to lead the war effort, swiftly and efficiently.
And that man is you, Lurko?
Vitellius Lurko may be consul, but that doesn't make him a skilled commander of legions. His experience in warcraft is minimal.
When it ends, preferably sooner than later. But I shall try to achieve a swift victory and subjugate Gallia as soon as possible.
Just like the other campaigns you have led. Oh, wait. There are none. This is unbelievable. The man is clearly trying to manipulate you. I'm all for attacking Gallia, but at least send someone who knows how to fight.
Like you?
Absolutely. Or Cotter, who is an accomplished commander himself. Even Kikero would be a better commander.
Yet instead of fighting, he prefers talking.
I prefer order and respect. Not yelling like spoiled brats. Disrespecting the very core of what makes us Romans.
Oh, come on, Kikero. I'm not in favor of declaring Lurko as dictator, but surely you agree we must act right now.
What if I lead the war together with an experienced commander as my advisor?
And take one of your equally incapable lackeys with you? How would that help?
I shall lead a consular army into Gallia, in command of one half of our military might, while the other half is controlled by someone who has absolutely no reason to like me. What do you say to that, heir of Lucullus? Will you join forces with me? After all, these men are right. I need the support and the experience of a commander as skilled as you. Naturally. You are the more experienced commander after all. Your legions are yours to command. I can tell from your faces no one will oppose this idea.
It sounds like a reasonable compromise. If anyone dislikes Lurko more than Kikero right now, it is this woman.
She has proven herself to be a proficient commander. Fine, as long as she answers to Lurko.
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I can see there is no sense in trying to have a civilized conversation about this. Very well. Have it your way then. But we will not do this like animals. We still have to vote on it. If we execute this plan, it means Vitellius Lurko will be dictator for the duration of the Gallia campaign. More importantly, it means Rome is declaring war on Gallia.
The war has already been declared. We're going to finish it.
All those in favor of this solution to the relatio?
Oh, good. Exactly where I want to be. Surrounded by 6,000 men loyal to our archenemy.
Vitellius Lurko is the consul of Rome. We're safe. At least for now.
The word safe has far too much margin of error to be of comfort.
Awe Legate. Sowete Legionare. The consul was expecting you. Please lay down your weapons before you proceed. Of course I do. It would not change a thing if you were Jupiter Optimus Maximus himself. These barbaric lands are full of spies and assassins. I don't know. Are you? I am a simple Legionarius, and if you do not do as I say, you'll have to try and kill me, Great Legate, and I do not think you'd succeed.
Just one more!
That must have hurt.
What is the meaning of this? How dare they attack a legatus of Rome? This shall be a lesson to those who might be thinking of a similar course of action. Oh well. Let us move to my tent and discuss our situation.
They're a bunch of jaded old men who have no taste for glory any longer. Why would they?
They already fought and bled in 2 campaigns for their beloved legatus. And what do they have to show for it? Not a thing.
First of all, I would like to express how your presence honors me, Legate. These Gallic barbarians are numerous and cunning, but with you on my side, we shall be triumphant. You wound me. I know, in the past, we haven't seen eye to eye. That is no secret. But I always felt the animosity between us stemmed from a misunderstanding. Don't forget that you are my sister-in-law. The barbarians tried to kill you. Now they shall suffer our vengeance. Come now. I'm sure you don't mean that. Your father's death was a tragic accident. It pains me that you would think I was behind it. I am no stranger to grief myself. I know how it can take over a man's soul. Resist this urge, my friend. We're here to make history and get vengeance for what they did to your family. We may not need to find the exact people, for we all know they were Gallic. This was an attack on Rome itself. In other words, the culprit is most likely one of their many chieftains. We merely have to defeat them all. I would never presume to tell you what you should do. You have all the authority over your own legion, just as I have over mine. You are free to execute whatever stratagem you see fit. A challenge. Oh, I like it. Unfortunately, our legions have a problem, and we need to solve that first. Commanding a massive consular army is comforting, but it also means we'll have to feed our legionari. And let me tell you, Legate, we don't have enough food. Price we pay for mobilizing fast. As such, we will have to strike a deal with the local tribes sympathetic to our cause. A couple of chieftains agreed to help us. We shall meet them and negotiate a deal. Naturally, I'll be there to help you, just in case. You are a great warrior, there's no doubt about that. Navigating the treacherous waters of Gallic politics may require more tact, however. You will take the lead, of course. I shall only provide counsel and support. Most certainly. This land is infested with numerous tribes, each ruled by the wealthiest and most powerful men. They rarely come together under one banner. They are called Diwatiacus and Dumnorix. Such arrogant names. One of the chieftains specifically requested your presence. Suspicious, I know. I say, let us humor them and give them what they desire. At least, for now. I guess we will.
Were you in both Greece and Africa as well?
I sat Africa out. I really wanted to join up and avenge Lucullus. But my wife had just given birth and the farm was doing well. You know how it is.
The only thing you missed out on was terrible sunburn and lots of sand in your underwear. But at least the pay was good.
What is that, Bestia?
This is Monster, my Discipulus.
You've been carrying around a kitten.
For now, but she will grow up and I will train her.
We cannot look after a cat during combat.
Monster is no ordinary cat. She needs no care. She only needs training. When she's ready, she will be free to leave.
Come to keep me company? He got himself declared dictator, and now he's on a mission to avenge the innocent, helpless, yet honorable citizens of Rome. He will conquer Gallia, make the barbarians pay for the things they did, and return home to be hailed as a hero of the people. Who said anything about sharing? Who said you will be able to return home? You are a loose end. The final annoying wrinkle in his plan. And people die in wars, you know? I grew up with stories of Gallia and its savage warriors, of their irresistible ruggedness and, oh, so romantic, barbaric ways. My mother had an affair with a Gallic gladiator, and as usual, She was full of shit. I've never been to Gallia before, but after everything I've been through, I don't think I can be disappointed. Listen, I would never have won my freedom without Kikaro's help, and Kikaro would never have helped me if not for you. There's no place I'd rather be right now than by your side, helping to keep you alive.
Have you come to drink with us? During the Grand Championship, I had to fight a giant Samnite. He was the most skillful opponent I had ever encountered, and he was easily twice my size. Do you know how I defeated him? Quite the opposite. I allied with him against an Egyptian gladiator who was also in the arena fighting for the title. I told the Samnite that the Egyptian called his mother a whore. Without a doubt. Now understand that the Samnite was going to kill the Egyptian anyway. Eventually, I just changed his priorities. Together we fought and killed the Egyptian. When the Samnite's guard was down and he was celebrating his kill with me, I swung my axe and severed his head. It was. The Samnite was foolish to trust me, and he paid the price. My point is this. You might be the Samnite, and Lurko is like me. You will fight together, and when you least expect it, he will kill you. Do not let your guard down. Good. I did not. I have met a few gladiators from Gallia, though. They are not to be taken lightly. I do not like their land, I must say. Too many forests and hills. Hard to spot an enemy marching towards you. We need to be careful here. Sometimes I think about that night. I still do not know why she would run from me. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't want to talk about this. Thank you.
I was sent over to Legio Ferrata's camp with some supplies. They sure are a strange bunch.
Oh? The rumours I heard made them sound like a bunch of rookies.
A lot of them are very wet behind the ears, but all the Conturianas are. I don't know, thugs, lowlives, and criminals.
What? Really?
The ones I met, at least. It's like they were handpicked from the worst collegia of Rome.
A legion of thugs and rookies. Sounds like a riot.
My Hercules, I forgot.
Awe, Legate. What strange and impractical weapon do you want me to forge today?
Priestess of Ubast has placed her curse on our legatus. It seems to have followed us to Gaul.
I should have brought along my dog.
You heard what happened to Belisarius? That he was drunk on duty and fell off the wall and broke something?
His leg. What an idiot. I hope they reassign him to Ferrata for this. He'd be right at home over there.
Domina. They wouldn't. Under the rule of Vercingetorix, Gallia was said to be a true opponent for Rome. They were quite safe in their current position. An attack like this doesn't make any tactical sense at all. My guess is there's someone else behind this. Either that or the entirety of Gallia has spontaneously lost their minds. Most Romans think of Gallia as a land of unrefined barbarians. Not many things could be further from the truth. Gallia is home to some of the fiercest warriors you can find outside of the Republic. It has always been a land fractured between countless tribes and chieftains, but it seems that a king, called Vercingetorix, has recently united them. Who knows? Unity and peace, we should hope, but conquest and expansion is a more probable cause. I am an old man. My mind may still be sharp, but my limbs are tired. I am content, however, thanks to you. I often think back to that day in Greece when I faced my old rival. It feels good to know that I could best him fairly. Perhaps when our work is finished, I can go back to my hometown after all, and die there in peace. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Salve, Domina.
Our initial position here is not favorable, but we must endure. We're fighting on foreign land against highly skilled warriors who know the terrain inside out. Despite that, we have made a good start. But as usual, some situations will need your personal attention. You will need to take care of whatever problems arise. Indeed, as usual, it is best not to underestimate the Gauls. They may be barbarians, but they are formidable warriors. They are also well-armed and cunning. A land we conquer can quickly turn into a breeding ground for a rebellion if we fail to pay attention. Gallia is an interesting place, full of weird gods and a multitude of tribes. It's best to be on our toes. I know, and I wish we had good relationships with all Gallic tribes. Unfortunately, we are not well liked here. We may be able to use the feuds between these tribes to our advantage, but some will always resist civilization with all the cunning and trickery of the barbarian. It's a strange kind of situation, I admit. These tasks are not important enough to warrant your personal attention, yet they do demand to be, well, taken seriously. Of course, Legate. It is best to react to these situations as soon as possible. Legio Victrix is fighting on two fronts now. We can't afford any distractions. Our way, Legate. I am pleased to report all is well. Sure, there is some grumbling now and then, but that is part of military life. The Legionari respect your command. We're not at full strength, but we have enough men to get things done. If a battle awaits us, we will manage. The good news is that the men we have are all veterans. With their experience, I believe they could easily match a legion twice their size.
Legate,
I am at your service, as always.
Took a big hit on the side of my head when we took Alexandria. A helmet saved me, but my hearing's never been the same.
I feel you. This huge Berber guy caught me square in the shoulder with a club. Now I can't raise my arm above my head.
I got this limp from Greece. Got pushed off a siege ladder at Kolkerdon.
See this tooth I'm missing? Scrawny little girl smashed a jug on my face in Memphis for grabbing her ass.
I was hoping you would come over. His war of fools, I think. Your countrymen are fools to believe Lurko's lies. The ghouls are fools to stand against us. And we are fools for getting caught up in it. You got me out of a very dark place. Now I am here to do the same for you.
Oh, hey, Legate. You look majestic today.
Legati! I have come to challenge you. Fight me, if you dare. My name is Iurca. I am from the place you call Britannia. You are a gladiator. One who fights for sport, are you not? A king by the name of Carterix has built a great fighting ring in the mountains. It is called the Arena of the Three, as it was built to honor Azus, Tyrannus, and Tutatis. It is a holy place. A place for warriors to meet and fight under the blessing of the gods. You think yourself a warrior? Prove it. In front of all the tribes of Gallia. Huh. Then you have more courage than I expected. Very good. Find Carterix at the arena when you get there. I'll see you soon, Legati.
What do you need, my friend? Like a fox in a trap. Until now, he has always been one move ahead of us. But now it feels like we're playing a game of his devising, and he holds all the pieces and all the dice. Honestly, I don't know how to win. You have the wrong man, then. I don't make up the rules. I follow them. There's nothing to like. It's damp and cold. But at least I'm not boiling inside my armor like we were back in Africa. You know, I've been to Lutetia before. Don't be fooled by their smiling faces. The Gauls are tough people. Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss the chance. Nokia and our child are safe in your villa. And besides, no one can domesticate Caeso Quinctius Aquilinus. Ask Orestes. As far as I can tell, everyone's fiercely loyal to you. But most of them have their doubts about the consul. And of course, there's always the chance we have more of those Weeksy spies within our ranks. No telling if or when they would act.
At your service. Need something?
Good night.
Not now. We can talk afterwards.
By the will of Tutatis, the Romans have arrived, as foretold.
It is your time to shine. Prove to me you're not just a mindless warrior, but also a skilled diplomat.
We are not Dumnorix. In your tongue we are called Divitiacus. He who was known as Dumnorix is a brother to us.
It is I, Roman. I am he who is known as the King of the World. Apologies do not revive the wrongfully slain. Do enlighten us as to the nature of the help you require, Roman.
And do you always get what you want? My name is for my friends. You may call me Vercingetorix, the king of warrior kings. I rule the Arwani. The Vitiacus and Dumnorix are my friends, and the Aedui whom they rule are allies of my people. I wish I could say it were nice to meet you, but under the circumstances that would obviously be absurd. That is what they call me, and what my name means in your language. I am the one who has united the tribes. The Vitiacus stubbornly defends his people's fragile and ill-advised alliance with the Romans. And Dumnorix is simply not fond of striking deals with bloodthirsty murderers. Let us say, I represent a kind of middle ground. You have much work to do if you wish to make up for the actions of your countrymen.
You will receive supplies. It is foretold.
My brother speaks out of turn, for he is not the leader of the Aedui. I am. We will give you the supplies you ask for, but expect no more from us, or you shall be disappointed.
He is the one who talks to the three deaths and sees into the future. He may seem friendly, but druids can be very dangerous. I advise you to watch your words. Cease this unprovoked invasion and leave immediately, Of course, I know your bloodthirsty nature will prevent you from doing that. You will not be satisfied until you've enslaved every single one of us. Feel free to try, Roman. You'll find that Gallia is like no other land. What are you talking about? No one would attack Rome itself. That would be beyond insanity. Do you think my people are dumb?
Lies! The woman is lying. She's trying to trick you. I told you this was a bad idea.
Even if one of the kings did harbor such ambitions, they would never act on them without my knowledge. That would be the stupidest method of usurping my non-existent throne.
A throne may look like a seat, but a true king enthroned needs no seat.
If what you say is indeed true, Roman, your attacker was no king. There are many warriors among us who offer their services to whomever wants to pay.
With all due respect, I believe that's beside the point. A savage attack was carried out by Gallic forces. It matters very little if they were hired or not.
It matters to me. Roman, you spin an intriguing yarn. I shall look into this, and if you're telling the truth, I shall find whoever's responsible. Meanwhile, stop attacking my people. A single act speaks louder than 1,000 words. I prefer the lack of promise to a lie. We will see each other again, if Tyrannus wills it. Until then, I grant the Aedui Limited permission to engage in trade with the Romans.
The Aedui alone, I assume.
Of course. It's not like the Eburones would deal with the Romans anyway.
You shall not. Trade is a matter of peace. My brother shall take care of the details. You shall talk to me again when we're at war.
I believe there's nothing more to discuss at this juncture. Until we meet again. Ueleti, as you say.
The time has come. Let us speak now. Our brother left now, for now was the time for him to leave. His distaste for your company has very little to do with it. Of details, there is not much to discuss. You will receive what you will receive, and that is what we will provide. It is not for us to choose, for we are not gods. We speak only when there are things to say. Some speak when there's nothing to say. Some do not speak at all. The question is well phrased. To make use of the supplies we will give you, you must survive. It is a threat, but it is not us who are threatening you. You do not know Orgetorix. From now on, it will. Orgetorix is the leader of the Helvetii. The Helvetii are currently gathering in order to attack and destroy your legions. You have invaded our lands. The people of the mountains to the east of here. We stand for peace. Orgetorix seeks war. Though many believe otherwise, peace is not achieved through war. He is an honorable king. He is strong, courageous, and wealthy. He will destroy your legions if he is not stopped.
Ordinarily, I would prefer to avoid bloodshed, but a preemptive attack seems like the most sensible action here. Your opinion is noted. In this case, I believe you are wrong. You are ordered to attack and destroy these Helvetii. Killing Orgetorix should prove how powerful our legions are, and send a clear message to other Gallic tribes that we are not to be trifled with. It is your duty to follow my command. You think when I tell you to think. You act as I tell you to act. I shall lead the frontal attack with Legio Ferrata, while you circle around with your Speculatores. Trapped between us, Orcatorix should fall quickly. The rest will disperse once the head of the snake is severed. Experience. I have dealt with these kinds of barbarians before. They fight for no greater cause. They simply follow their leader. In the unlikely event that something goes wrong, you can always rely on me. Deploy your legion when you are ready. It was him who provided the information. I assume for some reason this is precisely what he wants.
The three care not about emotions. That which is to be done will be done.